Ladies and gentlemen, what is up and welcome back to Champion of the Day. Now today's Champion of the Day is an extremely hyped champion, an extremely powerful champion that is pretty much good for everything in the game. Exceptional for Alliance Quest, exceptional for Alliance War attack, really good for Alliance War defense, especially on an unblockable level 2, and just generally good for like questing, arena, just any part of the game he's really good for. Apart from maybe prestige, that's his lacking factor, is that his prestige isn't hype. But when it comes to the top champions, you know, that's something you kind of have to sacrifice in a lot of circumstances, is that, you know, they won't have that great prestige. So that sucks sometimes that you might have to prioritize other champions to upgrade. But this champion is Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is so good, and there's a lot of depth and a lot of like neat little tricks that you find as you play Doctor Strange more and more and more. And I kind of, before you had champions like Ghost Rider and Quake, and champions that have like quite complex abilities and little quirky stuff that they can do, a lot of the champions were fairly simple in terms of what they did, and that's what I liked about Doctor Strange when I started playing the game, because he was one of the champions where there were so many cool little tips and tricks about him. And I'm going to be sharing some of those tips with you today about, you know, various scenarios where you can use like a combination of his abilities to survive like level 3s, or take like no damage from something, or, you know, get your health back up. There's a lot of cool stuff that you can do with this champion that I really like. So yeah, let's talk about what makes Doctor Strange so great. One of the first things as well is that when you get this champion unduped, he's really good, but duping the character is kind of like icing on the cake, and his duped ability is really good, but it's not kind of like, it doesn't make the champion in the way that duping a Black Widow or a Scarlet Witch, you know, really defines what that champion does. Instead, Doctor Strange's ability gives him an extremely powerful nullify that basically triggers, I believe, like every second, and it's off the percentage chance of your signature ability. So every second I have a 62% chance to strip like a buff off the enemy, so it's really good. That's just great for so many like fights when you're fighting like a superior Iron Man in Alliance War, Ultron, just any buffs that the opponent will ever have can just get stripped off so quickly and so easily, even with like a low level Doctor Strange. But when you get him to dupe level 99, he's just absolutely tearing apart the enemy buffs, just like constantly. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, that's kind of his one of his first uses, is he is a nullify machine. Now the second one is that every 7 seconds, and this is kind of core to Doctor Strange and how he's played, is he's kind of on this cycle of every 7 seconds he's going to go into a different kind of stance. He gains a different buff, and the first one is a shield one, which gives you additional armor and block proficiency. So while you're in this stance, you're taking a lot less damage if you do get hit. And also when you're blocking, you've pretty much got perfect block in almost every scenario, providing the character is like 330 or 440 ranked up. So that's really good. If you know that you can't avoid, for example, like Spider-Man's level 1, you can just wait till you're in this stance, maybe try and encourage to bait him out in that one, and then block that to take 0 damage. So that's a way that you could deal with a special attack like that. His second one is kind of like a Fury and Draw aggressive stance. So this one increases both your attack and critical hit rate, and this one combines so well with his level 2 ability to deal an insane amount of damage, and usually kind of on the second cycle you can get off a really good level 2. And then the third one is the power gain, and also a 50% life steal, which is really good, and also a part of what makes this champion so great for stuff like Alliance Quest and Alliance War, because he can just keep on going. He can keep on regenerating life, and especially with some combos of like doing the level 2 while you're in the aggressive stance where you got the Fury buff on you, and then applying like, because if you get lucky you can apply like 2 free stacks of armor break, and the armor break is pretty huge. And then if you go into your like lifesteal stance and start hitting the opponent, you're going to be dealing so much damage and returning so much life that not only have you just dealt this huge chunk of damage, but also for the next 10 hits you're going to gain like a lot of health back. So that's really, you know, one of the combos that makes the champion so great. Also using the level 2 does, you know, when you're in the life steal stance, does give you a huge amount of health, so that is really, really helpful as well. What else is the good stuff about Doctor Strange? So, special attack 2, another way to use that ability is if you're in the defensive stance, if you got the shield icon buff, you have a 50% chance to inflict weakness, decreasing the target's attack by 55% for 10 seconds. If you get 2 stacks of this from the level 2 proc, reduces all the damage output from the enemy. So you can take a level 3 and take 0 damage. You can take any hit, 0 damage. It's pretty crazy. It's absolutely insane. So that's definitely a way with this character to kind of play around those level 3s in scenarios where you might not be able to avoid them. You know, you can maybe tactfully do that, or use it maybe as a last resort. So that's certainly, you know, an interesting thing to bear in mind. While under the Hogarth's Wisdom, so the lifesteal one, the purple one, they have a chance to additionally nullify the opponent, which you don't, if you don't already have a Doctor Strange duped. You can, you know, time that well to remove maybe Superior Iron Man's healing, or Ultron's healing, or Maestro's healing, or just some form of healing. And then again, while we are talking about the damage stance, you have a 50% chance to armor break, applying a 40% armor reduction for 10 seconds. So, you know, if you get 2 or 3 stacks of that, that's minus 80% armor or minus 120% armor. So that's pretty much like plus 80% damage or 120% damage, which is a lot. That is a lot of additional damage. So that's really, really good. And then finally, you have Fate Seal on your special attack 3, which can prevent the target from gaining buffs effects for 2.7 seconds. And there are some interesting ways to use this. Again, if you're fighting like an Iron Man, a Superior Iron Man, you can use that right below, before they drop below 15%. Or if you're fighting with a Fate Seal buff, it's a bit of an interesting one, because there's stuff like, I think they're called like timed buff effects. So if you go on like Maestro and do like the hard mode of him, you'll notice that he regens and then has a bit of a timer and then regens again. So if you use like something like Fate Seal right before the regen's about to trigger on the timer, then that will prevent him from gaining the regen, and also prevent the timer from coming back and getting any more regens throughout that fight. And while that, you know, that only works on a certain amount of fights that have, you know, that time regen that come back again and again, but that's kind of an interesting interaction and a way to deal with that. But yeah, just wanted to share some of my pro Doctor Strange tips, guys. We're going to jump into a quest now. We're going to fight Mordo in Master Mode Chapter 3, because, you know, Doctor Strange versus Mordo, that's a pretty epic matchup, so let's go for that. I've built a X-Men Synergy team just for a little bit of additional crit and damage around Doctor Strange, and plus most of the matchups, for the most part, are pretty good. We got a Crossbones, and then we have a Groot, and then we have an Agent Venom, maybe? Unstoppable Colossus? Something like that, and then we have the Mordo himself, so got quite a few good matches in this map. So straight off the bat, like, Doctor Strange hits pretty decently. His damage certainly isn't lacking in any comparison. While if you compared him to something like Scarlet Witch 4 or Star-Lord, maybe a little bit lacking, but his damage in comparison to the average champion is still pretty damn good. Okay, so let's fire off a level 2 here. Is that going to be enough to get the Crossbones down? It is. Very, very nice. So we managed to get that fight down pretty quickly. Was that a total of 13 hits, or... It's a little bit less than that. Okay, it was 18. We took 2 hits there, guys. Some mistakes were made. But as you can see, we managed to regen that health back pretty damn quickly. Okay, we've been ambushed, but it's by a Cosmic Symbiote. Which, you know, especially isn't too much of a problem with the Doctor Strange. Get a lot of these in the Alliance Quest map, and the thing that they do is just passively apply... They should apply a leech. I mean, unless it's a slightly different one, but usually these have a small health leech attached to them. Guess it's not applying here, but yeah, certainly can't complain. Usually you can get that health back pretty quickly though, especially when it comes to doing the level 2. And another thing, I don't think we covered this, is Doctor Strange doesn't need to hit or get hit to gain power. He gains 1 bar of power every 7 seconds. So that's another thing about the champion. If you want to play a little bit more defensively, you can kind of like parry and evade back and just wait for specials. Or there are some scenarios like in the Realm of Legends Wolverine where there is a tactic to not hit the Wolverine apart from only using special freeze. So again, it's a very, very long tactic and very time consuming, and not one that I really advocate. I think Guillotine is just such a quick and easy way to deal with Realm of Legends Wolverine that doesn't make too much sense from my perspective, providing that you can play aggressively. But you know, it's a way to do it. It's certainly a way to do it. So let's Plus, he's a really, really cool champion, animations-wise, to play. Just that he's floating and, like, firing off spells. Has some really cool animations and stuff going for him. Okay, we need to bait at level 1. We can't really risk Groot getting to level 2, because that's a bit of an ache. Come on, buddy. There we go. Okay, awesome. We'll also showcase his level 3 here. Let's wait till we bait another level 1. Okay, we're going to fire off a level 3 now. And this is this going to be enough to kill the Groot? I think it might be, especially with the class advantage. There we go. Very, very cool level 3 as well. So we certainly like that. Okay, let's move on to the next fight. Is it Agent Venom next or Unstoppable Colossus? Okay, yeah, so we got Agent Venom, then an Unstoppable Colossus. So we got a couple of fights. I think, yeah, we'll use Doctor Strange. I mean, we've only got like 2 more fights left, so we'll be fine. Plus, Agent Venom, I think Doctor Strange is a really good matchup for this character, just because, you know, you've got the increased block proficiency and the ability to recover health. And sometimes you need to bait like heavy attacks and take a few like level 1s with Agent Venom. He's a really tricky champion to fight because he can just shrug off your parry and hit you like that. So you gotta intercept, you gotta play quite smart. But there you go. It's just so satisfying how quickly you can like recover that health as well. Just a really feel-good point of the champion. Okay, so have we got 2 stacks of weakness? Oh no, he's just gonna shrug it off. I was going to show you how, like, what was it? Enemies with multiple stacks of weakness deal no damage. It's pretty comical, guys. It's pretty comical when you're getting hit for absolutely nothing on regular attacks. Hopefully we can showcase that on even Unstoppable Colossus or Mordo, though. But we'll see, guys. We'll see. But again, he's just such a good champion for so many uses. I think that the main problem with Strange, especially kind of in the way that I play him, is that once you've got Scarlet Witch, once you've got Black Widow, once you've got Star-Lord and Thor, they're a little bit quicker and efficient, more efficient for doing certain stuff. But they all have their weaknesses, whereas Doctor Strange is just a really great all-rounder for the game. So, you know, that's definitely a reason to love the champ. Okay, we gotta play quite good here. Okay, so we're gonna bait this level 2. Come on, buddy, come on. Oh. Damn, he seems very reluctant to actually charge in here. Okay, so I'm going to try and fire off the level 2 as soon as that ends. Oh, no. Yeah, he had Unstoppable there, but I don't often like getting to the level 3 on Doctor Strange. I like to try and keep on the level 2 if I can. Okay, so we're going to get double weakness. No, only 1 stack. Oh, that's such a shame. It's so funny showing off the double weakness, man. That's so good. I wish more characters had, like, OP weakness. I mean, a lot of the weakness we see in game isn't super great. And there we go. Unstoppable Colossus dealt with. We still got a decent amount of health going into the Mordo. And we should be alright. I mean, we played a little bit crappy there. You know, I'm not going to defend myself. It wasn't the best showcase of I'm super good at this video game. So let's move on to the Mordo. I think we can regen a little bit of that health back. I reckon it's going to be alright. I mean, we beat him with some 330 champions, and Doctor Strange is 440. So we should be okay. We should be okay. He's got just over 6,000 health. That's a decent pull to begin with. Okay, let's wait for this heavy attack. And there we go. So ideally want to bait a level 1. Right, we're going to try and bait a level 2 after this. Okay, let's go back in. And fire off a level 2 of our own. And there we go. Got a nice evade there. Managed to interrupt the power gain as well, which felt pretty good. Okay, now we can get a really... Oh, that was a really good level 2. Oh no, that wasn't timed as well as we would have liked it. Now we've missed out on a lot of the bonus damage there. Oh no, we're gonna get wrecked. Right, let's interrupt that. And okay, come on, buddy. I need you to use your L2 right now. Oh no, I forgot about the Astral Evade. Oh, damn it. We got wrecked. We got wrecked there. Oh, I just played so badly. It slipped my mind. Guys, that was not Doctor Strange's fault. That was all me. Oh, God. Gosh damn it. Gosh damn it. Okay, we're going to finish this off with Storm. But overall, guys, like Doctor Strange, if you're not as bad as the video game as I am, then, you know, you're going to have a good time with that character. You're going to have a very good time. Okay, come on. We can get this bad boy down. Come on, buddy. You're almost there. Let's see. He doesn't interrupt those at all. That's interesting. I mean, I've been told that quite a bit in the comments, but I didn't believe it. Wow, that's just too easy, man. That's too easy. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for Champion of the Day, Doctor Strange. Really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it and learn a little bit more about Doctor Strange, feel free to leave a like on the video. That'd be greatly appreciated. Apart from that, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Take care, and have an absolutely fantastic day.